We don't care.
I was just picking my nose. Mm, mm, mm.
We don't care.
I was just picking my nose.
Uh,
Don't fart on me, please. Abby said, enter the current time. I don't know. Oh, no! Fudge.
I think you might have to go all the way around to switch it to.
That was disgusting, whatever that was. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Thank you.
Even change it to PM.
Oh, shit! Oh,
That's what I
no!
said. You might have to go all the way around.
Oh, shit!
Welcome to the Stanley Parable.
What is this? Never the end is never the end is never. What?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say,
Zombies?
"Hi." Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
People died.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I mean, if I recall correctly, I think this was originally a game. I think I found out recently this was actually supposed to be. Why? I think this was originally supposed to be like some sort of mod for Half-Life.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is anyone in the... Is that the meeting room? Is the meeting room?
I think one of the buttons on the right side should like
Find it.
open doors or like
Is that the meeting room? Something went wrong in there. Something went very wrong. Is this the meeting room?
Hey, there we go.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Walk on your shit! Oh, I turned it off!
Where's
Shoot!
there should be another door in there.
No one would be around. I can touch all the way from over here.
Oh. Where's door 4? Or is it 427 or is it 420? Go back. Yeah, go back to that room. The door on your left. No, behind the door. think it's 437.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
What? Don't talk shit about me.
I think it's 437. Keep playing with 437. Or am I thinking of 427?
What? Oh, I thought it opened.
No, I think
That is 427.
it says 437.
This.
That's your door.
Yeah, you just said 427. You did just say 427.
There was some door that's hooked up to a trophy. I don't remember.
Because he doesn't pick up on social cues. Well, you're not giving me any clues here. So how would you... I'll say he doesn't pick up on social cues. Well, I'm looking for...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Why is this still a dispute with a coworker? Who's playing?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Is that bone? No, that's not. Screw you. Back on track. There's a reason why this opened.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
Shut up!
Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, I walked downstairs. I don't like that! I'm going back upstairs.
Go, dude.
I don't like this. I don't like that. Why is it red? Ooh, look at that wallpaper. Not too shabby. Door! Hello?
I don't remember how long I don't remember. I did like, I think
Oh!
I did like 2 rooms in this, I think.
So you talk crap about BB. Ah! Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp.
I don't remember that.
I just have to use
Did
it.
I never? I don't know if I ever noticed that.
I'm surprised it didn't talk crap about me.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Bro, just turn more black. I'm watching you go exactly within peripherals of just not.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Thank you.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I was gonna say we're still looking for the bathroom, but we found the bathroom.
Yeah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
It says escape. Hey, Professor Xavier, let's do this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
This isn't horror game.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Did that screen behind you something?
That's a fucking...
And when at last he...
He didn't even listen to what he said.
Nope, I accidentally hit the wrong button.
I mean, you hit off.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
That's bullshit. Don't go into the light. It's a bad idea. What the fuck? What?
Welcome to the Stanley Parable.
What's the Stanley Parable?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A game with more than 40 endings. Nice slamming the door in your face.
Oh, bad! Oh, I broke
Wow,
it.
the physics don't really like you touching them.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Game of a game.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
No. I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Honk! I wonder what happens if you just sit here and do this. Does it yell at you?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone.
Shut up.
I think it's a matter of
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right, but now this time you take a left to the right. Well, no, but if you take a left to the right, and a left, right.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Huh? Yeah, we're in the back. I seen that movie. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! I was having fun!
All of his co-workers were gone.
Congratulations, the narrator.
To go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What the hell am I? Oh my God, what happened?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what?
What do you mean?
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I know.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
There's no...
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Listen, bro, do you think I'm actually going to listen to
How
this?
simple is that? No, no, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Close.
Yeah.
Oh. Someone dropped that. I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if
hi,
there's no
Abby.
story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah, but music. Yo.
Whoa!
I don't think we're supposed to speed at that. We should do.
Whoa! What is happening? What is going on?
I think you're supposed to go in like a specific way, but it's like maybe it's not as seamless as it's trying to be.
This isn't the way. No! It's like. Oh, it got tired of me. And it kept putting me where I needed to go.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Is there a dog? Like 2 dogs named Lo and Lo Dan that's associated with this fern? Where the red fern grows? Oh, my nose itches.
What?
Girl, if you don't know about where the red fern grows, what are you doing with your life?
What? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is
Where
any
the-
of this ringing a bell?
Where am I going?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
Just let me jump off.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. This all sounds perfectly doable.
think I
Why
ended up
don't
with
we
this
simply
path
start
this quick,
wandering in...
right?
Well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I don't remember my desk being this long. My desk wasn't this long.
Actually, you're overthinking that.
Whatever.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Why are we going in a
Go
fucking
wild.
circle?
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
We're going to end up back at the office. So I just wanted a big circle.
Oh, no, not you
Oh.
again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or
What's
monitor
wrong with the
rooms.
line?
Just don't acknowledge it.
Why is it freaking
Should be
out?
fine.
Is it a monster? This way. This way.
Yeah. It's slam the walls like Lily Lovegrade at this point.
Yes, let me. Oh, it went back. There's no more line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
There's a third
Come,
door. Oh, that's the
Stanley.
door I came to.
Our destiny awaits.
Can't only go through this one.
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me
Deviate from maintenance room.
that's what
End
this
up in
is?
monitor room.
It's
Narrator
all one
starts
giant
to
ending?
fire first
And we're supposed to
fire
restart the game
Discover a second door.
eight
Two doors will now have
times?
many additional doors. Aimless wandering.
really how
Narrator
all this
starts
goes?
the game. Second restart. The office is
all
now dead end. Turn around.
determined?
Find another dead end. End
So
up in
now,
another
according
building.
to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
No.
But But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime. A
I don't
work
know
of
why I
art.
tried to intervene.
What
that
was
time.
it about this room that
It's more
called
about
so
you
deeply
trying to
and
find
so
out what's past
personally
you're
to
trying to say.
Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hold on real quick. Just look over the edge real quick.
No!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone
It's
thinks you are
just
very
Later on,
powerful.
honestly, but I think there's like a little ramp next to that ledge that you can like climb up and
Uh-oh.
drop down to a spot down below.
There we go.
Oh, oh god.
Oh, what?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
the very
knew
first
it perfectly
office
well.
and that turn.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's completely wrong.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to
Usually
business,
you,
Stanley
usually you
took the
take a right
first open
turn.
door
At
on
one
his
point,
left.
maybe do a left, and I'm like, where the hell am I? What's happening?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Shut up your ass.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. I haven't been at it for 7 hours.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
You shut up.
Jesus Christ. I don't want to know what the audio sounds like.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
If I remember correctly, I
Yes,
think
that
this is
must be it.
some
What a
game I haven't
fascinating
played.
venture
I think
into
it's
the
called
experience of
Firewatch.
total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I think we're playing Call of the Wild.
I haven't played that in a hot minute.
I desperately keep wanting to, and it's like there's so much other stuff.
Oh, they're taking off Golf with Friends. Lots of PlayStation stuff.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still have it. So.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Let me out!
Woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to
they're
get us out
supposed to
of
run by
here.
it.
Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
I don't like this guy. You used to let me out. Your walls are messed up.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you
been so
to
long,
walk around
I
in.
do not
There isn't
remember.
any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
What? Am I the ball?
No, I said here's the ball.
Oh.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Am I in trouble?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
There's no lights. This ain't good. Oh, shit. Oh, bollocks. Oh, no! This is a game that never ends. And it goes on, my friends. No.
Oh, there's your office.
Yeah, I see that. No, I don't like it.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait. Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. Giddy in a way, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Here's even more where it starts getting
perhaps we've
complex.
gotten
Now
off on
you've
the
got
wrong
all these
foot
options.
here.
Now you can go to the right and take the red door,
I
or now you
realize that
can
investing
continue
your
going
trust
there
in
and figure out
someone
what the
else
hell's
can
up
be
there.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly play...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No, I don't want to push it. Ew. Ew. You have nipples. Put on your gloves. Ya nasty. What's in that fridge? What's in here? Why is there a door in the way? You didn't say something if I don't push the button.
I actually don't know.
Get your perky boobs out of my face. This is not a way to live.
Nice apartment with office stuff.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh.
You crouched.
Yes.
I A new button we haven't seen yet.
Sorry, you bitch.
So there is...
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
What?
First, he
Where's
imagined
my
that one
TV?
day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off
What?
the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
What am I supposed to cook?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
No, back at my
Down
freaking...
one
Who's
path
shit
lay
on
an
the
enormous
floor?
round room
Bro,
with
contain
monitors and
yourself.
remote controls.
Can I get in
Down
here,
another was a
please?
yellow line that
Up,
weaved in many
This is me.
directions, and down another was a game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
You suck. Wow. Absolutely.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Go to sleep? Sure.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains
My
here,
wife is gone.
he's electing to kill himself?
Okay.
Your wife's
How
been
can I
gone
get
for
him to
like a
see what
straight
I
minute,
see?
dude.
How can I make him look
I
at
love Sheriff.
himself?
And the perky boobs. Please. Can I make a phone call? Can I use one of my emergency
Got
lines?
you in this mess in the first.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
So I'd like to point out there was stuff in there. Why?
Oh, there was that.
So I'd like to point out that this game does have a platinum.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How
I do
amusing
have
they'll
the
find it.
platinum.
Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
One of the trophies to get one of the trophies of this game is to play the game for an entire Tuesday. So basically, just leave your game on for the entirety of a Tuesday.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which people have pointed out that apparently it does compile. But I don't know if it was proven.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a note of something. I don't think you could pick it up.
Just stick your head in the screen.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a
There's
part
nowhere
of
I can
himself
go.
too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
What is going on?
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything.
Ooh, Dr. Kelp.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, he's gonna sneeze.
That's not what I was expecting.
Mariella woke
from
up on a day like
before
any
it goes
other.
to black.
She arose,
Hey,
got
Dr.
dressed,
Capel.
gathered her belongings, and
Oh,
walked to
shoot.
her
Hey,
place
there's
of
people.
work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Good Lord. Now, which pathway do you take?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I'm honestly not sure. This might be part of the Ultra Deluxe version. Because there's Stanley Parable, and this is like the remastered version of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So honestly, I'm really not too sure.
And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await.
Yeah.
The Stanley Parable Ultra
I don't know.
Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds
Spacing out.
delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Imagine it did.
I got another diaper for you.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe,
No.
mostly tedious. It's as if the...
Stop it!
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
That's not Herbert the Perfect.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Want to jump?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
What's the point of this? Fuck you.
It's like jumping boy.
Don't they make you laugh? Aren't they jumping funny?
Goodness. Another elevator.
I come
Stanley,
back and you
I
can't
have
find a
to
reason
say,
why you don't like the
initial
jump.
impressions of
I'm
this
just
game
Well,
are
you're
not
questioning
positive.
this game like
It's just elevators and
an
jumping.
hour and a half in.
Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could
Something's
never
falling
have
on me.
lived up to such expectations.
It's fine.
If you're still with me,
Ah!
why don't we just reset the game?
No!
And we'll try to get back to what the Stanley
I'm going
Parable
nice.
is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend? Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
This ain't good. I fucking died. I trusted you! Oh, maybe not.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Ah, hey. No mistake. Ooh,
I
I'm
call
out.
it the Memory Zone.
That's
It's
the
where
memory
I've been
zone.
storing
I'm
all
tired
my
of these
favorite memories
fences.
so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Stanley Parable.
The British Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to The Last of Us.
But it says Stanley Parable?
Oh yeah, that's right. The Stanley Parable.
Is that Bella Ramsey's face from The Last of Us?
Well, this wouldn't be the live action.
Oh.
That came out like years after this. Oh yeah, mama! Look, there's Mariella.
Right.
Good.
Alright.
Above the door.
Oh. What the fuck? Let's go play with the horses. Can I jump off the ledge?
The do you see us returning to this game, or do you think this is like a one-off?
And over here is where I keep
Let's
reviews
see
of the
if return.
Stanley
There's so much
Parable.
happening.
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism.
Oh,
10
yeah,
out of
yeah.
10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
This one makes me want to pee my
"Where so
pants.
many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art.
It's not
Stanley
relaxing me
Parable
and thinking you want to
strives
pee.
and then succeeds to be
Pee right
every
here.
game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created.
You happy
It
on
was
Minecraft?
Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Thanks. You not? What the fuck is wrong with you? He's taking the cards, the shiny special cards he got, and he's like
Here's
trying to
another
reflect
moving
them off the
passage,
light and
this
blind my
time from
balls. Or my eyeballs.
GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do
talk
that.
too
Couldn't
much.
resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than
They played for
entertaining.
2.9 hours, which means they couldn't get a
Funny?
refund.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine
Apparently
where I'd
that's
have
a
the room
big
to stick
thing
them.
as of recent that's been brought to articles.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as you play a game for less than 2 hours on Steam,
Mm-hmm.
you're still eligible
let's see what this one says.
You're still
Well,
eligible
the
to get a
idea for the
refund.
game is good. For someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I think the main point that brought it up was that there's a game out there that people have played. Over like 50,000 people have played, finished in like less than 2 hours, and refunded.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then